Have you ever taken a bite of a delicious American food, only to find out it's banned in other countries? From classic snacks to staple ingredients, there are many American foods that are restricted or outlawed abroad. Food regulations vary widely across the globe, and what's considered normal in one country can be a big no-no in another. Today, we'll uncover the surprising truths about why 12 popular foods from the US cannot be sold in certain parts of the world. You may never look at some of your go-to grocery items the same way again. From your breakfast cereal to your favorite soft drink, you'll be amazed at what's on the list. So, are you ready to find out if your favorite food is a fugitive in disguise? Stick around till the end to find out. By the end of this video, your perspective on what's considered safe and risky in America's food industry may be changed forever. So, grab your favorite banned snack and get ready to explore why it may be forbidden in other countries. And before we jump into the world of banned foods, here's a quick reminder for you. If you enjoy the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Let's begin with something a bit controversial. The heated debate around American chlorine-washed chicken. This refers to poultry treated with antimicrobial rinses like chlorine to reduce harmful bacteria. While common in the US, chlorine chicken has been banned in the EU since 1997, not because it's directly dangerous, but due to concerns that it enables lower hygiene standards during processing. The EU stands firm on the precautionary principle, which is like always wearing a life jacket on a boat, even when it's sunny and calm. They'd rather be safe than sorry when it comes to food safety and animal welfare. So, as a result, most American chicken can't strut its stuff in European markets. But the US poultry industry argues this overly cautious approach isn't necessary. They say the chlorine rinses provide an additional layer of protection without compromising overall cleanliness standards during production. It's a complex issue involving clashing regulatory philosophies. But the end result is clear. Chlorine-washed bird is considered contraband chicken in the EU. So, if you're enjoying some juicy American chicken wings, be grateful you didn't have to smuggle them across European borders. From the chicken coop, we move to the pantry, where we find a box of wheat thins. These popular American crackers are a no-show in the United Kingdom, Japan, and parts of Europe.
How will he bite wheat thins? How?
The culprit? Butylated hydroxytoluene, or BHT for short. This synthetic antioxidant is a bit of a double agent. On one hand, it's a preservative, keeping our crackers fresh and preventing fats from oxidizing. On the other hand, it's been linked to potential carcinogenic properties, which has raised eyebrows in Europe. European regulations, always erring on the side of caution, have put restrictions on BHT. This has led to a ban on certain American food products, including our beloved wheat thins.
Hey Brian, can I have some wheat thins?
No, you can't have any.
Have any what? Have any wheat thins?
It's a bit like being banned from a party because of a questionable friend. In response, General Mills has announced plans to remove BHT from wheat thins. But here's the twist. BHT isn't always in the food itself. Sometimes it's in the packaging, which means it can still mingle with our food without being listed as an ingredient. Tricky, isn't it? Now let's wash down those wheat thins with a swig of Mountain Dew. Or maybe not, if you're in Japan, Netherlands, or in the European Union. The reason? Brominated vegetable oil, or BVO. This emulsifier is used in citrus-flavored soft drinks to ensure the flavoring is evenly distributed, but it contains bromine, a component of flame retardants, raising health concerns. Links to memory loss and nerve issues have led to restrictions on BVO overseas. Yet, despite worries about accumulation in the body, BVO remains FDA approved in the US. Some companies have removed it from drinks, but not Mountain Dew. At least, they didn't announce it officially. So, for die-hard Dew fans, be grateful you can enjoy this neon yellow soda stateside. Its unique bright flavor comes from an ingredient that sparks controversy around the world. After quenching our thirst with Mountain Dew, let's pour ourselves a bowl of cereal. But not just any cereal. We're talking about Frosted Flakes, Honey Bunches of Oats, and Rice Krispies. These breakfast staples are missing from shelves in the European Union and Japan. The main culprit is, again, BHT preservatives. But some cereals also get banned for high levels of added vitamins. Denmark, for example, showed cornflakes and Special K the door in 2004, citing concerns over the potential toxicity of these added vitamins and minerals, especially for children and pregnant women. And let's not forget about artificial colors. While American children's cereals often come in a rainbow of hues, this practice doesn't fly in places like Norway, Japan, and the entire EU, where certain synthetic dyes are banned due to health concerns. So, next time you pour a heaping bowl of colorful O's, be thankful you can enjoy this sugary start to your day without importing forbidden fruit from the cereal aisle. From breakfast to dinner, American pork products like ham and bacon are prohibited imports in over 160 nations. The reason? A feed additive called ractopamine that promotes leanness in pigs raised for meat. But concerns over ractopamine's human safety have led to bans across Europe, China, and Russia. The EU investigated and didn't find enough data to verify ractopamine is safe at any level for people to eat. Still, American pork producers continue using this controversial compound with FDA approval. Leaving the land behind, we dive into the waters where farm-raised salmon swim, or rather, where they're not allowed to. Countries like Australia and New Zealand have banned it for using synthetic astaxanthin, an artificial coloring. Natural astaxanthin gives wild salmon that reddish-pink hue, but farmed varieties take on an unappetizing gray from their unnatural grain-based diet. Hence, the questionable synthetic dye to make it marketable. Concerns over toxic buildup from this and other chemicals have led to bans of American salmon overseas. Yet, in the U.S., we continue farming fish in ways considered too risky elsewhere. So, next time you enjoy a beautiful salmon fillet, keep in mind it may have been colored with foreign contraband carcinogens. From the depths of the ocean, we rise back to the surface and into the bakery, where American bread finds itself in a bit of a bind abroad. American breads are banned across Europe, China, and India for ingredients like potassium bromate. This additive helps bread rise higher and improve its texture, but is linked to kidney and thyroid issues and is suspected of causing cancer. Other dough conditioners found in U.S. breads, like azodicarbonamide or ACA, have raised similar health alarms overseas. But wait, there's more. American bakeries also liberally use BHA and BHT preservatives, which are restricted in many countries, especially in Europe. It seems that when it comes to American bread, what's baked in doesn't always stay in, leading some countries to keep these loaves off their shelves. As we leave the bakery, let's take a moment to consider a glass of milk, a staple in many American households.
Chris, drink your milk. It'll make you big and strong.
No more milk for him, Lois. He's had enough. Give me that.
However, not all milk is created equal, and in several countries, U.S. dairy milk is on the no-go list. The reason? Recombinant bovine growth hormone, an artificial hormone given to cows to boost their milk production. While the FDA has given RBST the green light, claiming no significant difference in milk from treated cows, countries like Australia, New Zealand, Canada, Japan, and the European Union have raised health concerns, leading to a ban on U.S. dairy products. It's worth noting that while RBST isn't universally banned, its commercial registration is incomplete in many places, and some countries have opted for legislative bans. Yet, no country has outright banned the importation of milk or milk products from the U.S. or from any country where RBST is approved and registered. It's a contentious issue that has left U.S. milk out in the cold in certain parts of the world. Now, let's swap that glass of milk for a cup of coffee. But you might want to hold the Coffee Mate. This popular non-dairy creamer has been banned in several countries for containing trans fats. These unhealthy fats have been linked to heart disease and diabetes, prompting countries like Denmark, Switzerland, and Hungary to outlaw products with partially hydrogenated oils like Coffee Mate. Despite the risks, it remains readily available in the U.S., but elsewhere, legislation limits trans fats to minimal levels, heavily restricting products once taken for granted. So, if you prefer your coffee light and sweet, be grateful you can enjoy it without the added complexity of transnational food crime. Even candy isn't safe from foreign food bans. The brightly colored shells of Skittles have run afoul of regulations in parts of Europe and the Middle East over ingredients like titanium dioxide. While the EU overturned its ban on labeling this additive as carcinogenic due to lack of evidence, it remains prohibited as a food ingredient there. Other countries restrict it over general health concerns. The plot thickens with Yellow 5 and Yellow 6 dyes, which have caused Skittles to be banned in Sweden and Norway. These dyes are linked to allergic reactions and hyperactivity in children, making Skittles less sweet in these countries. It's a colorful controversy that has left Skittles in a bit of a sticky situation in certain parts of the world. Popular snack cakes like Little Debbie Swiss rolls also face restrictions abroad for the use of dyes like Yellow 5 and Red 40. While permitted in the EU, products containing these additives must carry warning labels about potential impacts on children's behavior and attention. They're completely banned from foods for infants. Specific cakes like Swiss rolls have been prohibited in places like Norway and Austria. So, if you've got a sweet tooth, enjoy being able to freely snack on these soft, spongy treats. As we roll away from Little Debbie's Swiss rolls, let's pop open a can of Coca-Cola. Despite being the world's most popular soft drink, Coke is prohibited in Cuba, North Korea, and currently Russia due to long-running embargoes and political sanctions. Cuba and North Korea have been under long-term U.S. trade embargoes since 1962 and 1950, respectively. In Russia, Coca-Cola voluntarily suspended the marketing of its drink following the invasion of Ukraine. Despite these official bans, it's worth noting that Coca-Cola might still be obtained through unofficial or alternative means in these countries. It's a fizzy situation that shows how politics can influence what's on our grocery store shelves. Well, those were 12 of the most surprising American foods banned abroad. From questionable ingredients to political sanctions, we covered a range of reasons why some of our favorite foods are prohibited elsewhere. We hope you've enjoyed this exploration as much as we have. Do you know of any other foods that are banned in certain countries? Or perhaps you've experienced a food ban firsthand. We'd love to hear your thoughts and stories, so feel free to share them in the comments below. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the world of food.